however inadequately the work and accomplishments of my friend and fellow water warrior, who I believe richly deserves to be a Terry Backer Award recipient, your Hurricane Creekkeeper, John Wathen. You've been around more than 4 years, you know John. And even if you haven't, you probably know of John. If you know him, you've probably been a participant in past conference where John has done tremendous photography documenting the conferences. You've been a recipient of his encouragement. You've learned from him about how to protect and preserve evidence to go to court. You've experienced his generosity. John, in so many ways, reminds me of Terry. I remember every conference I went to and Terry was there, he was always approaching everybody. What can I do for you? What kind of help do you need? You know, how are things going? And he went well beyond that. John, like Terry, is not wealthy. He doesn't possess a science degree like many of our younger folks do, or a law degree. John simply fell in love with Hurricane Creek, and he became determined to protect and restore it. For some time, John passed over the creek going to and from work. You know, he kept thinking, that's a beautiful creek, maybe I ought to go put my canoe in it. And he did. And it was love at first sight. Because John was working in coal mine land restoration at the time, he knew some of the threats in his watershed. And he quickly learned others. John taught himself what he needed to know. He found one of the best photographers in Alabama, and he learned photography. He learned water quality monitoring. He taught himself, largely self-taught. I was proud to teach him erosion and sediment control. He used that photography, that erosion and sediment control, and he went out and nailed one of the biggest developers in his city for not doing good erosion and sediment control. Took them to court and they won. And that developer still calls John and asks his opinion about sites and stuff that they're doing. John did, went well beyond that. He was a key in developing a significant park on his creek. If it was not enough, John gave his time. He went to the coal mine Asheville in Kingston. He participated, and some of you participated with him in opposing the XL pipeline. He went to New Zealand. He worked with indigenous folks there opposing deep water drilling. He documented probably some of the best photography of the BP oil spill was John, who fortunately had a pilot who knew the rules and was able to get in and take pictures that the news media would not get. He's always been the first in our region that I know of to respond to disasters, to hurricanes, to the ash spills, to that sort of thing. But the main thing is, John, like Terry, he's got a big heart. John has a huge heart. He loves his creek. He loves the people there, and that love is what drives John. It drives, I'm sure, what drives many of you. John and drove Terry to do what he did. John doubtless, if there had been no Waterkeeper Alliance, John would have protected his creek. He would have done everything he can, but he did it 100 times better. He did it 100 times more effectively because there was a Waterkeeper Alliance. And all of you working together in partnership with him and together helps all of us protect our watersheds. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm John Wathen and I'm your Hurricane Creekkeeper. First, let me say how sorry I am that I couldn't be with you this weekend. In all my years as a waterkeeper, this is the first conference that I've ever missed. Receiving the Terry Backer Award is one of the highlights of my career. Terry Backer and I stood on stage together in 2012 and got our River Hero Award. It was an exceptional night for the both of us. You see, Terry's been my friend and a mentor to me since I came to the Waterkeeper Alliance many, many years ago. Terry's taken me aside on more occasions than one and helped guide me to be a better advocate for this watershed. When I first got here, there were no fish in this water, except for a few minutes here and there that was choked out with mine waste, construction debris, irresponsible road builder debris. The creek was almost dead. It was considered biologically dead by some scientists. We wouldn't accept that. The Friends of Hurricane Creek started advocating for the health of this stream long before I became a waterkeeper. It was when I became a waterkeeper that we truly learned how to be proper advocates for this watershed. I was able to tap into some of the greatest legal minds in the world when it comes to water protection. They taught me to be a better waterkeeper. Terry Backer was certainly one of those. He was my mentor, he was my friend, he was a brother to me. I feel the same way today about Mike Mullen. I appreciate you, brother, for nominating me for this award. It's extremely important to know Mike is also one of those people that I've held in the highest esteem over the years. Mike has helped me on legal cases. He's used his credentials to fortify my comments and letters and complaints. I love all of my Waterkeeper family. You're all very, very special to me. I'm an elder now. I'm one of the graybeards. I learned from people like Terry Backer, Rick Dove, Donna Lisenby, Joe Payne, Andy Wilner. The list goes on and on. You younger waterkeepers, you newer waterkeepers to the movement, I invite you to tap into some of your elders and learn what it was for us to be waterkeepers back in the old days, if you'll pardon the term. It might help you one day, but one thing it will do, it'll teach you what the waterkeeper movement is, how it started, and what it means to be a waterkeeper. For me, I will always be the Hurricane Creekkeeper. It's not a matter of me coming to Hurricane Creek for a job. The creek chose me. I came here without money when we started, still don't have a lot of money, but we've made some tremendous changes in the way the environmental agencies address water quality in our state. We've set precedent using our TMDL to challenge them in court and won. We won all of the appeals that were ever put up to challenge our TMDL on this stream. I learned to do that through Waterkeepers. You guys that haven't met me, I hope one day that we can meet, but in the meantime, be the best waterkeeper you can be and listen to your elders. I'm John Wathen, and I'm your Hurricane Creekkeeper. Thank you so much.